Have you ever sat on your couch after payday and felt strangely relieved and immediately anxious at the same time? Like the numbers in your bank account are larger than last month, but your sense of calm didn't grow with them. Why does more money often feel like a heavier burden? I want to tell you a short, ordinary story, one that plays out across cities from London to Lisbon, Munich to Minneapolis. Meet Emma. She's 30, works in marketing, and just got a raise, a gross salary bump from $60,000 to $72,000 a year. After taxes in her city, that raise turns into about an extra $650 take-home per month. That's good news, a real improvement in comfort. Her rent in a decent neighborhood is $1,400 a month. She recently bought a used car because commuting time became unbearable. Her monthly payment is $350. She has a student loan payment of $180 and a credit card balance that she pays interest on occasionally, minimums around $75. She also eats out a few times a week, subscribes to several services, and has a friend circle where birthdays and weekends require a certain standard. Her monthly budget looks like this: take-home pay after raise plus $650 a month. New rent portion, unchanged, $1,400 a month. Car payment, EMI, $350 a month. Student loan, $180 a month. Credit card minimums, $75 a month. Eating out, subscriptions, lifestyle, $550 a month, rough estimate. Add it up and the extra $650 disappears quickly. A new subscription here, slightly nicer dinners there, a more expensive grocery store, an upgrade in weekend plans. Suddenly, Emma is still living paycheck to paycheck, but at a little higher standard and with a new recurring payment that didn't exist before. This pattern is extremely common in both the US and Europe. The math is simple and the psychology is predictable. Let's examine the hidden financial mistake behind this story. On the surface, the error looks like spending more, but deeper it's the substitution of future financial options for present visible status. When income rises, people often trade optional future flexibility, the ability to say no, the ability to save for choices, for immediate and socially visible upgrades, a nicer apartment, a car with payments, more frequent restaurant meals. These upgrades feel earned. They signal success. They buy comfort now, but they also convert a one-time increase in monthly income into permanent higher fixed costs. Here's a clearer slice of the numbers, again using round figures so the point is plain. Before the raise, Emma's disposable monthly cash after essentials and obligations was maybe $200. With the raise, that disposable amount should have doubled to $850. Instead, because she accepted the car EMI and normalized slightly higher lifestyle spending, her disposable remains about $250. The raise increased apparent wealth but did not increase her margin, the cushion that lets you absorb shocks, invest, or pick a different job without panic. Now, the real cost of a decision like that car payment becomes clearer if we look long-term. A $350 monthly car payment for 5 years is $21,000 in cash outflow. Add insurance and maintenance, and that number rises to maybe $28,000 to $30,000 over 5 years. If that same $350 had instead been invested monthly into a conservative portfolio, returning, say, 5% annually, after 5 years it would be roughly $95,000. The point isn't precise forecasting, it's the simple arithmetic of choices. Recurring liabilities compound against you, recurring savings compound for you. Why do so many people choose the liability? There's a psychological explanation that's less about ignorance and more about immediate reward structures. Human brains evolved for immediate social signaling. A new car, a better apartment, nicer nights out, these provide direct social feedback. Our social circles see change and respond. Meanwhile, saving has no immediate applause. It's invisible. The emotional payoff is delayed and abstract. Security, freedom, options. Those words are meaningful but weakly motivating in the moment. There's also a cognitive bias at work called present bias, the tendency to weight immediate rewards disproportionately more than future rewards. A dinner that makes you feel successful tonight wins over an account balance that grows silently over months. And when salaries rise, the social comparison effect nudges choices toward parity with peers who also upgrade. You don't want to feel left behind. So what's the long-term impact if the pattern continues? If Emma keeps increasing fixed costs as her income rises, her margin never grows. She becomes more fragile, not more secure. Career setbacks, a hiring freeze, a contract ending, now threaten a higher baseline of obligations. Opportunities with lower pay but better long-term prospects become infeasible because the monthly commitments require a certain cash flow. Retirement savings get delayed, and compound growth opportunities are missed. Over a decade, the cumulative difference between upgrading lifestyle and preserving margin becomes substantial, not just in dollars, but in freedom of choice. Now, let's shift perspective. How do financially intelligent people, not richer overnight, just more deliberate, think and behave differently? Notice this is about mindset, not a trick. They treat income increases as experiments in allocation, not automatic entitlements. When pay rises, they test keeping spending constant for a period to see what life actually feels like with more breathing room. They mentally reframe raises as an opportunity to increase future options. The extra goes to a mix of long-term savings and a small, deliberate lifestyle upgrade if it genuinely improves quality of life. They think in terms of margins and optionality. Margin is the buffer between fixed obligations and income. Increasing margin does two things. It reduces stress because small shocks don't cascade into crises, and it creates choice, a choice to take a lower-paying job with better prospects, to start a side project, to move cities, or to retire earlier. Optionality is the currency of long-term wealth. It's quiet and hard to appreciate until it's gone. Psychologically, they make the immediate reward less salient. They design frictionless saving, automatic transfers right when the paycheck arrives, so the temptation never materializes. They also practice small, visible rewards on a schedule, an affordable restaurant once a month that feels special rather than daily upgrades that normalize at once. This reduces the urge to constantly keep up. Here's what that looks like in practice with Emma's numbers. Suppose she automates $350 to savings as soon as the raise hits. She allows herself $150 of the raise for nicer things. Her perceived lifestyle improves slightly. She gets a couple of nicer dinners a month, but because the $350 is out of sight, she doesn't buy the expensive car with a multi-year payment. Over 5 years, the automated savings plus compound growth build an appreciable cushion that can be used for a car purchase with cash, a down payment, or investments that generate real optionality. I'm not saying she should never enjoy life or that every upgrade is wrong. The question is which upgrades are reversible and which lock you into higher fixed costs. New furniture that lasts and retains value is different from a recurring subscription binge. A car bought with cash can be sold. A 5-year loan binds you. This is a sober, somewhat uncomfortable truth. Earning more does not automatically make you less stressed. Often, it provides the illusion of security while increasing exposure to financial fragility. The remedy is not deprivation, it's clarity. Look at your next increase in take-home pay and ask one simple question, honestly: does this change improve my long-term options, or does it only make my life more expensive to maintain? If the answer is the latter, consider redirecting at least part of that raise into margin-building savings that are invisible, investments that compound, and choices that widen your future freedom. You'll notice something else when you do this consistently. People rarely admire the quiet growth, but you stop feeling the creeping anxiety of what if. You start to trade noisy status for calm capability. It doesn't feel dramatic day to day, but after a few years, your sense of control and the size of options available to you look very different from your peers who upgraded every month. There's no moral judgment here. The social pull to show success is powerful and understandable. The point is to be intentional about which desires you satisfy now and which you defer in exchange for a real, measurable increase in future freedom. If this perspective helped you see your own numbers or choices more clearly, consider subscribing for more calm, realistic takes on personal finance. No hype, just clearer thinking.